Hi, my name is David Morrison. I'm a NASA space scientist, and I want to talk to you very briefly about nibiru. I'm doing this because I received a note from a 12-year-old girl recently that said she wondered if the video I made 2 years ago was still valid, that she and her classmates were scared about nibiru, and could I please explain, from a science point of view, why we know nibiru is not real and is not a danger. You know, the simplest thing to say is just that there is no credible evidence whatever for the existence of nibiru. There are no pictures, there's no...
You can't hide it anymore, people. Even with the chemtrailing, there it is. Directly behind the sun.
I received a note from a 12-year-old girl recently that said she wondered if the video I made 2 years ago was still valid, that she and her classmates were scared about nibiru, and could I please explain, from a science point of view, why we know nibiru is not real and is not a danger. You know, the simplest thing to say is just that there is no credible evidence whatever for the existence of nibiru. There are no pictures, there's no tracking, there's no astronomical observations. In fact, the origin of the name is a little weird. Nibiru no credible evidence whatever for the existence of nibiru. There are no pictures, there's no tracking, there's no astronomical observations. In fact, the origin of the name is a little weird. Nibiru...
Yo, how high are you right now?
Sometimes we talk about planet X, but that's a strange term too, because astronomers say planet X for an object that has not been found, a possible object, like Pluto. When it was being searched for, it was called Planet X. Once it was found, it became Pluto.
Yo, how high are you right now?
Sometimes we talk about Planet X, but that's a strange term too, because astronomers say Planet X for an object that has not been found, a possible object, like Pluto. When it was being searched for, it was called Planet X. Once it was found, it became Pluto.
I see two suns! Hello everybody, I'm Stephen Hartley from Banbury, UK. I'm making this video because I've just worked something out in my head and I wanted to share it with you, all 20 of you, but you know, at least if it's better than none or 1 or 5. So anyway, I've just watched an hour-long talk by a guy called Zachariah Sitchin, and he seems to be the person who talked about nibiru first. And his background, he was born in Palestine before it became Israel. He learnt ancient Hebrew as a young child and studied the Bible. Just give you a quick example. When in the Bible it refers to giants on the land, well, if that had been interpreted properly, it would have said those from above. So this guy has, obviously researched it. He's read clay tablets from Sumerians, and they are the most, they were the most advanced. And basically he's saying that Nibiru, comes around every 3,600 years, goes around the sun in between Mars and Jupiter, and when it's nearby, stuff happens, and there's an intelligent society living on the planets there, and there's times when it's close, they're sort of jumping over to Earth and da-da-da-da. Now, it seems possible that the last time they were here, 3,600 years ago, there was a big battle going on with their peoples. And, you can see evidence of this in the Bible in Ezekiel. And what I just thought, which seems to make sense of the world we're living in today, is that after the battle, after Nibiru was on its way out again, some of their people were left behind on Earth, and they may well have been the bad guys. Well, I think, so this is going to be my standpoint, that the ones who were left behind were the bad guys. Now maybe they were somehow locked away or something, but it could be that these bad guys then laid a plan for the next time that Nibiru comes around, and is why they've taken on us humans as a slave race to advance technology to a stage where they can fight the, I think they're calling them the Anunnaki, as they come back round. Now let's just take nuclear weapons. They were well in time for that. I've just seen that Russia has 8,800, America has 7,500, and that's a lot of nuclear weapons to have when it'd only take a couple to finish off a country. Why would you need 8,000 nuclear weapons capable of being fired halfway across the world? So if they're capable of being fired halfway across the world, they're probably capable of being flown out into space. And once out in space, they don't need much propulsion to continue at vast speeds. And so my main point of this message is what we're going to get. We are going to get the system making us believe that the aliens, the Anunnaki coming on Nibiru, are the bad guys. And they're going to make us fight the Anunnaki. Now, possibly there isn't enough of them. Maybe they've wanted to keep their race clean and not have too much human DNA in them, and perhaps their numbers are relatively small and wouldn't have a hope of defeating the incoming Anunnaki, the good guys. And the reason I'm saying they're the good guys and the ones left here are the bad guys is, you know, the way we are treated in this world. We've been fooled and hypnotized and everything else, and we're not given the truth. And to me, that's the biggest thing, is truth. You know, you build your whole foundation of your mindset on what you consider to be truths. It is important. So, yeah, the bad guys are here, and they're going to make us think that the other guys are the bad guys with all their hypnotism and shit. But we just have to know inside ourselves that that's not the case. And don't help them. Right? So I think from now on, you know, the code is do not help the evil ones in power. Do not aid and assist them. Do not fight in their wars. So yeah, some of you may think I'm mad, but Nibiru for me is always, there was always something about it just made sense. Just seemed to slot in and make a lot of sense. And what with all the earth changes going on at the moment, everything that's being predicted, you know, just happens to be happening. Yeah? All at the same time. And we're seeing signs now of nation turning against nation and kingdom turning against kingdom. Egypt and Ethiopia arguing over the Nile. India and Pakistan, they're always at it. North and South Korea. There'll be one around the corner, quite likely. So, you know, things are happening. Plagues, weather, tornadoes, volcanoes, earthquakes. And that makes me believe that Nibiru is coming now. That's why I think it's happening now. There's saw some evidence today to show that, you know, the Nibiru's passing is a sort of a 7-year thing. I mean, this particular thing said it may have started in 2007. So maybe it did. Maybe this has been going on. Did see a bit of video footage actually of a UFO over near Russia, and then a missile completely missed. Not completely, like, wasn't near miss. And so, you know, we all know something's going on. And I'm thought of this song that came out a long time ago, and I'm sure you'll remember. I'm going to sing it. 36 years and my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination. I realized quickly, and I knew I should, that the hope I've made up of this brotherhood of man, for whatever that means. And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed, just to get it all out, what's in my head. And I'm feeling a little peculiar. And so I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream at the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I say, hey, 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 hey. I said, hey, what's going on? and I pray every single day for a revolution, yeah. Now, I couldn't sing at the full volume I wanted to, but and didn't get all the lines right, but in that song it was ahead of its time, and just to sort of know that inside us we all know that things ain't the way they say they are. So hold on to that feeling. Keep seeking the truth. Okay.
Hi everyone, my name's Mark. I look for a lot of the different secrets and mysteries from all around the world, looking for the coming of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, Emmanuel, the Son of God, who was raised from the dead and took all the sins of the world away. Now the world elite, the Illuminati, the Freemasons, the devil and his fallen angels and spirits, you can take your pick of which side is doing it at which time, or identify the groups as you will, but they all leave their symbolism and idolatry all around us. This is a Freemason older drawing, and it's actually showing what looks like Nibiru coming as a gate. Now down on the bottom down here, you can see what looks like this Zippo lighter. This is known as the 47th problem of Euclid. It's a geometry to show about. Here, we'll show a little bit about it. This is what it looks like right here. You're able to get the tetrahedron out of it in the middle and be able to figure out different right angles. It's in the Freemasons a lot, and it's right on their aprons an awful lot, the 47th problem of Euclid. People even make their t-shirts about it. See it right here? All through there. So we can see that this is the Mason guy with it right there. This could be Nibiru or something, or either way, it's showing a gate coming. Inside of the mountain here, they show a man that we've shown an awful lot of evidence about around a lot of places. And he looks just like this. Oops, there we go. Right here. And they're doing something here like with his DNA. And he's writing. This Freemason is writing things. He's learning something from this man while he's sleeping. You can apply to whoever you think that is right there. But they have this guy right here. You can see him right in the drawings right down there. See him right here? Looks like he has a little mustache. Well, there's a lot of evidence of this guy, so we're going to show him in several different places. There he is right there. Like he's ready to wake up. Just like that. On this day, as this guy's looking up, seeing Nibiru, or the, whatever it is, the spiral at the end of the age coming. This is an actual Mayan tablet called Tortuguero Tablet 6. This is the one that the supposed date was on. There never was a date on here. But that covered up the fact that it shows all about Jesus Christ and the day of the Lord coming. When this stone comes, equate that to as you will in the Bible. Here's that guy right here sleeping with his arms like that. See him with the mustache and the hair like that? Just like that, exactly. But this guy was like the DNA, something connected to him. There he is. This is supposed to be when this stone comes to fall on the foot of the old world order and begin the new world order. Looks like it's going to wake him up right here. In the Bible, it's called the little horn of the Bible. That means the new world order in the mark of the beast. This here is a mural at the Bank of America. If you Google Bank of America end time mural, you'll see this. It shows this big ball coming down with this supposed to be the wings out to the side. Just as we just saw where the guy was sleeping and this was coming, something like that. This shows the new world order starting with an eclipse, something happening. And over here, all these men ready to dig out. In the Bible, they talk about like the false prophet coming out from the ground or from below. Or you can say it's the Antichrist or the false prophet, the little horn of the Bible. There are a lot of different characters in the Bible. This looks like the false prophet. And he's ready to come out right here. We'll go in there closer. Now these guys are all coming out after whatever has happened. And you can see him sleeping right up here. The same guy again that they keep showing. Right there. Just like that. I never played EverQuest. Does EQ have anything for any EverQuest players? Does that mean anything? There you go. If you notice, he's in orange. They show this guy on the Call of Duty thing also. I could never get a, excuse me, I tried to make practically, I tried to make several different videos of the breakdown for the Call of Duty Black Ops trailer. It would always get banned. Activision has too many license agreements. I can't even use 2 seconds of it. But it shows this guy right here. There he is. And he blows up everything. He just, nearly every single person in the video is after him, and he just nukes everything. And then even the zombies come out. All just like, in the Bible it talks of the dead rising. There could be zombies. It says people rise to everlasting, good life, and then some people rise to everlasting contempt. But it shows this girl coming with the axe also. It's as if all of the bad demons or whatever that have been here on the earth have to fight each other after the day of the Lord. This guy's coming after them, and then she even rides the pale horse or whatever around like death. Russia shows up, but this one guy is the one that they were all after. Right there. Him. The same guy we're even showing on the Mayan calendar. On the other side of the mural, it shows this here. When this stone comes, whatever this is that starts everything, or Satan falling, if you will. But it happens on the day of an eclipse, when the sun is darkened and the moon is as sackcloth. And here is the bride of Christ going up that day. Down here, you can see Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton. And Hillary has the gray gene. I've heard this around a lot. I haven't finished tracing all of that. But this is why they even use Greg Jennings in all those commercials. Because when you say his name, it sounds like you're saying gray gene. Like the gray genes. She has the gray gene. And she's passing this thing over to the black man that's supposed to represent Obama. This thing right here. Looks like a little flying monkey or something. and it's going through the blood. But see how it's going through her wrist and up into him? They pass from the blood also up into the nostril system. They show this all over the place. This is a spirit, whatever you want to call it. That's it, right there. This here is a hieroglyph of Akhenaten as a sphinx. This breaks down exactly how the end of days will come also. But you can see this thing that's going into Obama, as if he's going into a door. You see this guy in purple with a V on his chest. See the guy right here with his key, and he's going right into the door. This matches this one. But you can see him. See how he's going in by the wrist and right into the door of Obama? Just as this went into the wrist of Hillary, then up into him. See how we're matching all of this? As investigators, as detectives, that thing, like the little wings on his back, a flying spirit. And then this thing right here, going into Obama. This is what is known as the Nazca lines down in Peru. A lot of lines that people have all believed all of the aliens have left. And there's a lot more lines than anybody's ever shown us. I've mapped out a lot of this. Jesus sits at the right hand of the power of God. You see this V right here? Even though this is a road, they did it right down along here, where you see all these white objects. This maps out the end of days perfectly. This is the right hand. Here's Jesus right here. This is very intricate in here for your eyes. When I turn it north, south, east, or west, it will make a new set of glyphs and drawings. And it is supposed to. This is way advanced. You have to make your understanding step up and realize the type of beings that you're tracking here. There's Jesus right there, standing at the right hand of God. Right here. You can see him right in there. Not very easy. There he is. Going up to here, it goes up to heaven. This side goes up to the New World Order and the mark of the beast. This is the only way to heaven. The only way, ever. And we show it right here. Well, this isn't easy to see. It's not supposed to be. You take your time to see all this. Let's show this first. Let's match it. Oh. About like that. I think this line is off. But that's what we have there. You can barely see that head in there. And it has a little face on the side of it. The RFID chip is going to be able to basically whisper to the people. They're like robots. The right hand. Up to here, you come up to God, whoever you want to call him, say who it is. This is mapped out in the stars also. In his right hand is judgment, or whatever, over here. And he has the scales. Then over here in this hand, he has the peace pipe, or a little bowl, or a little cup, or a little shoe, or the leg of the bull. These are all known different names for the Pleiades, or the seven sisters, however you want to say it, whatever those things are. And that's what you have up to there. So this is the only way up to heaven. This side's the New World Order. If you take the mark of the beast, you never get to ascend. But all of that is right here. There you go. So you have Jesus at the base, right here. the right hand. And on this line here, it actually maps out a time sequence. And you can see that guy sleeping. And then waking him up. Right there. There he is. And they have a big thing about this woodpecker pecking him. That's what's going to wake him up. There's some symbolism to that. There he is right there. Oh, perfect. Right there. So that's that guy, the little horn that wakes up. Over here on this tablet, you can see this guy here, but this one part that looks like a T, this being this entity right here that sits beside this clown right here. We're going to show him. This is another glyph from the Akhenaten's tombs. And it shows that guy and the clown we're going to show again. Right here. See this man here with the T like that? And then this clownish looking man, which can also mean clone, like clones. Let's go show him. We're going to go over to Area 51, where they have the Groom Lake base. You can get there by going to the coordinates right on here. If you just type in Area 51 now, it won't take you over to here. You have to type in those coordinates, or look for it yourself to where it is. Like it's right. This is California, Southern California. It's right here. Go to those coordinates. They show that guy over here too. They like to draw on the ground, just like the Nazca lines. So this is the Area 51 base right there, Groom Lake. Let's take off that unnamed road. You can see all of this right here. This matches, and I'll explain it. We will draw all of this one together before I show this. This represents the Pleiades again, something to do with the souls coming down. I haven't figured out if this is a TV set like from the movie The Matrix or if it's an oven. But here's the clown again. And the clown means clones also. He has these clowns are everywhere. He makes them. They can be anybody. And they do things with the dog star Sirius to open the gates. And they have some type of alien head or something. They're doing something with this head. See this head here? They're pulling things in and out of people, putting things in. They're doing much more than a nothing. And down here they have these bodies. Either the man, or they're making clones. And there's that thing with the T-head. Right there. Exactly right in front of us. Right there. All right there. Remember we showed the guy down here And they're doing something with his DNA or something coming out. Right there. Whoever it is. We turn this now just so, this is actually so that north is north.
Okay, to be no black folks, basically we're at the April 20, I think it's 25th, or no, 23rd it's showing there. Okay, we go to the 20, yeah, I get to the 25th here now, but the most important thing that I could see through this whole thing is basically, I guess, we'll pull back here with the sun and the supergiants coming up. Watch this part of the screen back here on the screen, but watch here as we get into the sun coming up, and watch, I'm going to pause. And you're going to get you get the sun and the supergiants, and then you see the supergiants will go down, and then we will rotate to the sun that we get to have for right now. But most importantly, check this signature of whatever that is between, because the sun is projecting this back here. And also, if you notice here, we have two projections coming out of the sun in one area instead of that one signature. And we do know that basically you get this from objects being in front of the sun. Every photo you've ever seen where the idea that you have a sundog in it is basically been that there is something in front of the sun, and it does a hologram to you wherever you're at on Earth. Okay, now check this out as it comes up, because you're going to see that it looks like the kind of marks that an insect would put on a melon. If you've ever seen a melon that's had a bug eat on its outside core, and then you get those tracks of whatever bug that was that ate on a melon or whatever kind of piece of fruit that you've ever seen. Okay, now watch this as it comes up, because this is a hologram of something that's in front of one of the suns. And as you can see here too, you can kind of see that the idea that there is a bright sun to the left of the sun, and you can also see two signatures of sunlight coming along instead of just one. Okay, and this is just starting here. Now I'm going to keep freezing it as it goes up, and it'll get more. When you get the biggest, I think it might be here, but then again I could be wrong as I'm just taping this. You will see these lines. Check this out, because that's getting mirrored here like a projection screen in our atmosphere and in the sky as you see this hologram come around. Okay, and it's also a double take of the hologram, almost 3D here. And remember, you're seeing two rays of light and not the one, as we'd normally see one signature, and you can pretty much tell that there's another sun over here to the left and there. And if you get a welding, and make sure you look at the sun, there's a date in June when I believe it is going to be Jupiter is going to move in front of the sun. Okay, so there's going to be, and they call that something, I can't remember what it was. So anyway, let's watch this as it goes up. I can just keep on progressing it up. Now remember, we got the dark spots, and we've also had this over here. Now those dark spots are there and there and there, and they stay there. Okay, and as you can see through the lens that it's not, the lens dirty. Okay, it never is. They clean it all the time. Okay, now we'll keep moving those age marks or whatever the heck they are. And what's funky is it looks like, and we always talk about space in a tube, it looks like a burnt out bulb or a picture tube that's been, like a TV set that's been broke. And it's not far off of some theories out there. Okay, and actually it's right there, and it's showing you. So here's whatever it is that the sun is mirroring like that, and check that out, because that is space. And I'll play the whole movie, and you're going to see this right here. Okay, you are getting a optical view Now, can you realize that any native anything ages back millions of years ago, thousands of years ago, would have seen this when this happens in stereo play of us rotating in the movement of the suns and the supergiant. And also look at all the rays coming off the sun. You know that there's more than just the sun there right now. And yes, we know the sun is in fuego right now. It's doing all kinds of solar storm stuff. And they're calling it now, NASA's calling it, and they're saying that they started calling it back in 2009 a solar tsunami. Well, they told us also not too long ago, some of their statements, the idea that the solar storm was to end, okay, and everything was calm, and now we got the most vicious, wild sun stuff that we've seen in mankind's history, known, and they don't say it. And nothing's close to Earth, ladies and gentlemen. That's a bunch of BS too. So I think I got all guard up. We'll look what we got there. But this is very dramatic. You cannot discount what you're seeing here and also here. And yes, we get 3D effects from objects that are in front of the sun. And remember, they have two rays of, and it could be two different suns. We're sure, pretty much, we know it's two different suns, okay? Because I've just showed you, back up the video a little bit here as I'm just slowly going ahead. So here we go, and we're going to keep on moving this wild image up. And as you saw, we'll hit play here and just play the video. And as you saw there, there's your dark images, black light. Everybody's arguing about that, and they've been arguing about it for years. It's basically objects between us and the sun. And the sun comes up in the east, and that was the sun going down in the west. Okay, and this is shooting east and shooting up at, and those are. You can argue with whoever you want to argue with. They say that they're airplanes. You know, the airplanes turn their lights off, and nothing travels that fast, and we've proven that in the past. You can watch my videos on that, and I'm not even dissecting that anymore. So as we come through this, we'll get up. I'm just showing you the whole night sky so you realize what we are getting. Because basically you're going to see in this screen, basically there's not much, I mean there's plenty of stars and planets here. But what I'm saying is factually, you are going to see that image is going to get propagated here in the sky, okay, in space, through our atmosphere, and this is at 13,700 some feet, okay. Now I'm just letting it play, and it's going to naturally come up, and you're going to be able to watch right here and see all that come up, okay. And I think I paused it as much as I can, and you basically can watch the video and pause it yourself, so you know that I'm not playing with you. There's the sun and the supergiants. And as they change somewhat direction a little bit, they'll crisscross. Crisscrossing, and then here comes the sun. Suns. As you see one to the left a little bit, and there you get that signature. Now, isn't that a unique signature that you're seeing there come up? So, no matter what, we're going to watch the supergiants do their action, because we know there's way more than one sun, and there they will as they do their dance coming up. So, they're dancing, and let's get the sun we're going to get for the day. Okay, and then we got this one here, and basically I think I can back it up just a little bit, and as you see coming up, you can see, and then we know that we're getting all this scramble action, okay, 3D effect, and there's your wild signature that we're getting. Check that out. Now that's the inner one, and then you'll see this other one come clean. So look at all those scribble marks of whatever it is out in space, and it's basically everything that you can see with your eyeballs is a movie screen, and the sun and the supergiants and whatever that object is that's in front of the suns, not just the sun, is going to give you that image right there. And I don't know why I'm getting the black. I've never gotten that, but if you see me doing it earlier. So anyway, and that's it. That's as much as you get, but you get that signature. There's that image. You cannot deny that image. What the heck is that? So NASA and every scientist on Earth can give me one of that one, because you never saw it before. And if you have, send me a picture of you having a picture of that before, okay? Because there's a 3D image of something out there in front of suns, not just the sun. That is wild. Okay, and you even seen this here earlier, and I can back that up as this ends up playing out. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and we'll see that early spot again. There it is. Basically just have to back up just a little bit for that. There's the beginning signature, and yes, it's 3D. Okay, so we got 3 bounces when you get a 3D effect like that. Look at the technology of a 3D camera. So, and remember, you're seeing these signatures out here, and we've seen all this stuff before, but now we're getting 2 signature lines in a row. And there you go, that's that wild signature there. And then here's some more as it's going to come up. You're going to get a mirror, just like a telescope. A refracting telescope, I believe, a light refracting telescope, and there you go. And this is out of a webcam. Wild. Let's see. So there you go. And thanks to the French and Canadian and French, whichever way they want to say it, telescope over there in Hawaii. Aloha, mahalo, and keep giving us good shots. This is great. So later, Bino out for now.
The reason why modern science can't find nibiru is because of the orbit. It is below our field of vision.
Hey guys, what you're seeing is a GIF image from Soho of the sun over the past month. If you look in the bottom left corner here, you'll see the dates spinning by. June going into July, and then it's like right when whatever that happened, it jumps and goes back, starts again. So don't know how long they would have this up on their website. It was important enough that they even did a report on Fox News today, July 30th. So, just in case, I figured I'd capture a copy of this. Make of it what you will, but that is some really crazy movement here. It's like the sun's just moving all over. I've never seen so much of it so dark. Really strange. And that one little weird image, certain point, but maybe somebody can break it down. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just grabbing a quick capture of this, and this is supposed to be heading our way. My understanding is they're trying to downplay it, that it's not really that bad. But this whole section of the sun, the surface, apparently ejected into space, heading our way. Supposedly be here around Thursday. That's my understanding. Also what I understand, a lot of times things get here a little bit quicker than they expect. So if you have any kind of a Faraday or whatever, unplug your devices, protect them some way, just in case. This may be nothing. It may be a lot worse than what they want us to know about. I don't know. Because we never get a straight answer, right? Never a straight answer. NASA. So, we'll just wait and see what happens. Is about all you can do. But there it is. Think of it what you will. And look forward to reading your comments below. And feel free. I will make sure to put this on Remix in case you want to have a copy of it for your channel as well. God bless, and I'll see you in the next video. Maybe. Bye.
That they ever thought of it as a planet. Sometimes we talk about Planet X, but that's a strange term too, because astronomers say Planet X for an object that has not been found, a possible object, like Pluto. When it was being searched for, it was called Planet X.
Yo, how high are you right now? The reason why modern science can't find Nibiru is because of the orbit. It is below our field of vision.
I'm doing this because I received a note from a 12-year-old girl recently that said she wondered if the video I made 2 years ago was still valid, that she and her classmates were scared about Nibiru, and could I please explain from a science point of view why we know Nibiru is not real and is not a danger. You know, the simplest thing to say is just that there is no credible evidence whatever for the existence of Nibiru. There are no pictures, there's no tracking, there's no astronomical observations.
Yo, how high are you right now?